Welcome to LFFL Primetime, the fastest 5 minutes in the LFFL universe. We are here to get you recapped from your week one results, get you ready for week two. I hope your week one went as well as these guys are right here. Solo lead in the AFC East. Stop the season. We're going to call ourselves divisional champs for the first time in a very long time. Let's look at the granddaddy of them all, the original league. We had week one, Matt facing off with me in our traditional start of the season here. Matt was able to beat me by 10 points. Fun fact from this game, Matt won 4 straight openers, 2012 to 2015. I came back, won 4 straight, 2016, 2019. Matt won in 2020. Matt won in 2021. I know the people on this call, you're good with math. You can do some data. That means Matt's likely winning in 22, 23, and I look forward to winning again in 2024. Phil was able to beat Bill, Andy, the high score of the week in his win over Eric. Miles beat Greg, and Josh with the big takedown of Todd. Looking ahead to week two here, we got Phil facing off with Eric in a battle of former roommates. Phil holds the 30-23 lead in this series. Matt facing off with Todd in a rematch of the first ever Super Bowl, which Todd won back in 1993, 166 to 156. Matt did get a little bit of revenge when they played in Super Bowl V in 1997. They have split those two Super Bowls. They have split their 68 career meetings, each winning 34. So the winner of this game will take the lead in the series. Very cool when two longtime rivals meet. Greg facing off with Bill does hold the 25-21 lead in this series. Obviously, no Super Bowl rematch here because we need Bill to make a Super Bowl before we can have that rematch. Andy versus Josh. This is a rematch of the 2019 Super Bowl won by Andy. Andy does hold the career lead in series, 21-15. And finally, I'm taking on Miles. I've been lucky enough to beat my brother-in-law all 4 times we've played to date in this league. LFFL2, Bill beat Todd, Andy beat Eric, Miles beat Phil, Sean beat the Merrills, and Greg beat me in a high-scoring game. Looking at week two, we got Todd versus Greg, Bill versus Sean, Merrills versus Andy, Phil versus Eric, and myself taking on Miles in this one as well. LFFL3, we had expansion. Welcome to league members to the league. However, Miles and Bill not very nice to our new league members, crushing them both in blowouts. Phil, speaking of crushing people, Phil, high score of the week, crushed his brother. Andy beat Todd. Eric beat Matt Brennan, and I was able to upend Matt over in this league. Looking ahead to week two, can our new friends get a win this week? I don't know. Facing those mighty Simons boys. Sean is taking on Andy. Nate is taking on me. Other action, we got Greg versus Miles, Matt Brennan versus Todd, Phil versus Matt Merrill, and Eric versus Bill. We had DraftKings this week. I was able to get the win. I had a lot of players playing. I took a lead early. Andy had a lot of players playing late. Actually, kind of got it right up there with me. We had kind of a neck and neck battle for the better part of the 4 o'clock games. We finished 1-2. Bill comes in third, sneaks past Matt Brennan by 0.06 points to take the bronze position. This was my 20th win and basically continued a hot streak I was on all December, which pushed me to the title last year. So still running hot. So sorry, guys. I should cool down eventually. All right, LFFL 5, we got Greg beating Todd, Eric beating Phil, Bill beating Nate, Miles beating Sean, Andy beating me. Week 2, we got Greg versus Andy, Todd versus Eric, Phil versus Nate, Bill versus Sean, Miles versus me. And of course, that Andy Greg is a rematch of last year's Super Bowl in this league, which was won by Greg. Looking at LFFL 6, Andy bringing it over here in our best ball leagues. Look at a 3.6 average across 7 leagues. Impressive stuff. Bill, second, another impressive finisher here. Both Bill and Andy are leading 2 leagues, as you can see. Bill leading March and August, Andy leading April and May. Big gap down there, Miles in third, Slick and Matt Brennan tied for fourth. Obviously, these can change a lot, but we had a fun little change here. Last year, the top 3 teams, Todd was first, I was second, Greg was third. Look at the bottom 3 in the standings. Casey 12, Greg 13, Todd 14. Man, things change quick in the NFL. You got to be ready, got to be prepared. Cool stuff right there. LFFL 7, Matt Brennan is your elimination. Just like LFFL 6, Matt Brennan was second last year, first one out this year. Looking at the LFFL 8, our new best ball league. This was the Dynasty one. Bill in first, Greg in second, Miles in third. And then finally, our knockout league. Remember, we have 4 regular season weeks to qualify for your knockout tournament. So you want to be in the top 16. Bill posted the high score with his second entry, Eric 1, Andy 2, and so on. But it's that 16th. You're trying to stay above the 16th and make our bracket. Finally, our player of the year standings. Look at this. Andy, absolute dominant week this week. He had won all 4 games this week. He played in seasonal leagues. He was second in DraftKings. He had the high score in 7. He's top 4 finishers in LFFL 8, LFFL 9, 4 best balls. Awesome week from him. He's in first. Bill is placing second. I also want to give a shout out to Miles, 4-0 as well. Miles currently sitting in third place. Hope you all enjoy your action this week. Good luck to you in week 2.